Hey there, nice to have you on our channel. If you've been with us for a while, welcome back to Make Money Online. Today, we'll be looking at XRP's potential valuation at $0.6 and then to $20. This video will provide you with candid insight as to why you should buy XRP now. Since its inception, XRP has seen some hard times. It hasn't fared as well as other altcoins, not to talk of it getting anywhere close to Bitcoin. Yet, it stands today as the third-ranking cryptocurrency in the world, only after Bitcoin and Ethereum. In terms of valuation per coin, it's sure to be way down there alongside hundreds of other cryptocurrencies, some of whom have become obsolete. So, what makes XRP so special? Cryptos are not just about their price against the dollar. If that was all there is to them, people would barely value some kinds of cryptocurrencies, especially one like Ripple XRP. The potential for growth of a cryptocurrency is what majorly attracts investors or buyers to the coin. That's why the beginning of any cryptocurrency matters so much. Everyone knows there's an unspoken catch them while they're young rule imposed on all cryptocurrencies. I mean, you have to make sure you get as much as you can while it's still pretty much affordable and wait for its price to go up. The onset of cryptocurrencies has made more people rich in the last 8 years than banks and other financial bodies have ever come close to trying. So many people have been thrown into a huge credit card debt, living under substandard conditions, with loan sharks breathing down their necks. Their lifestyle not being a woe unto themselves, but more of the unhelpful nature of the established financial regulations, with their charges upon charges, demands, withholding money from signatories, and among other things. They have people in a sort of chokehold, and it feels awful like being held ransom every time you have to wait 24 to 48 hours for a transaction to be processed. The constant nagging problems of illegal deductions from bank accounts, as well as the problems attached with the heavy regulations placed on international payments, which might take days to process, and of course, heavy documentation. It's a lot of stress really, and before the rise of Bitcoin, people were already getting used to this ordeal. Cryptocurrency brought something else to the game. The sort of freedom that people desired was brought to the forefront, outside the influence of the banking systems that had failed them. People could finally breathe and find more use for their hard-earned money. People could work and get paid in cryptocurrency, which if saved could grow in value unlike money kept in a bank account that doesn't appreciate. The world wasn't ready for it, but have come to appreciate it. It took a while, but it happened. Many missed out on the first burst of crypto and have been looking for another crypto surge to benefit from. Crypto offers a great way to get out of a financial mess and attain wealth. The key highlight of cryptocurrencies lies in their decentralization, which was meant to do the whole world a lot of good. Cryptocurrencies like Bitcoin and other altcoins like Ethereum, Litecoin, Chainlink, Bitcoin Cash are all leading the pack of decentralized digital currencies that have taken the world by storm. Bitcoin currently stands at $23,000, while Ethereum is valued at about $500, and both of them top the market by capitalization. XRP, though, is unlike any of these cryptocurrencies. It is also a decentralized cryptocurrency, though this is usually questioned due to its heavy dependence on RippleNet for its operation. The company, however, has distanced itself from speculations that debunk XRP's claim as a decentralized cryptocurrency. It was also reported that a huge chunk of the total amount of pre-mined XRP, which stands at about 100 billion XRP, 45 million of which is within the coffers of Ripple's governing board, which may affect the integrity of the coin. That would be quite an unfair game, wouldn't it? The coin is popular among investors and is seen as a crypto with a huge potential to challenge Bitcoin for supremacy in the cryptocurrency market. Though it may still be years behind, investors are holding out for the promise held by the digital currency. XRP functions in a different light compared to other cryptos. Though a bit similar in aspirations, that is to become a standard measure of value that is relatively cheaper than the dollar or even gold, which represents Bitcoin's main target. Also, all cryptos are vying for the attention of all potential and existing users as a means in which they can pay for their day-to-day transactions, to the point of getting paid for their services in cryptocurrency. While the crypto itself is decentralized, it aims to strengthen the centralized operations of financial bodies across the world. Boasting an accessible platform that accommodates the services of some of the world's largest banks, it aims to become a medium of exchange as well as the sole means of carrying out daily transactions in the quickest way possible, with less of the heavy lifting attributed to larger transactional operations of banks and financial corporations. It has been adopted by more than 100 banks locally and internationally across 40 countries of the world in 6 continents. This puts it in a position that negates the goal of every other cryptocurrency, and being the only crypto that offers this kind of initiative, it is expected to thrive in ways that no other crypto might. When financial regulatory bodies step up to decommission cryptocurrencies in general, its continuing relevance to its collection of banks and payment platforms such as MoneyGram means it's bound to find more usefulness as time goes on. So far, investors in XRP have been reported to earn close to 1,000% increases on their investment. Because of this, XRP retains the potential prospect of being a huge success, given its alternative approach to other forms of crypto. With the acceptance of its system by a larger number of financial institutions across all the countries in the world, they will deploy it to enable their users to make cross-border transactions from their home country. The cordial relationship with global financial market regulators gives Ripple additional value for investors and traders who can remain comfortable. Their asset of choice doesn't come with unnecessary risks. Instead of offering traders and investors a way to make online transactions without having to go through a centralized financial body, as in Bitcoin and other altcoins, XRP functions to make it easier for those very same centralized financial bodies to make payments themselves. XRP is bound to gradually rise in stock over the years and later rake in millions. Looking at its price, it would seem of little consequence. Many investors might not even consider it, especially if they're the type that value instant gratification. Cryptos such as XRP are majorly recognized for their growth potential. They might attract a low number of investors, but the investors sure do buy an awful lot, especially because of their low price tag. It won't be surprising to hear that more people buy XRP than Bitcoin. But in reality, it is simple. Bitcoin has more value, but is scarce, and it will cost more to buy enough Bitcoin than would be necessary to buy cheaper crypto. This is currently the state of XRP, with its value at $0.35, following the recent turn of events that surrounds its parent company Ripple. It's nowhere near its highest value recorded in 2018, when it rose to about $3.34. Before this time, the price rode high at about $0.55. Though much lower now, you can pick up a large amount of Ripple for less than a few $100s. There's a lot of hope riding on the expected success of XRP in the next 4 to 5 years, with many analysts looking at a potential $500 value per XRP. Many more are holding out for its impact long-term, spanning up to 10 years. Some market analysts believe it will push beyond the $1,000 barrier within the next 10 years. However, there's little optimism about its prospects short-term. Nonetheless, given its low price and increasing appeal, it seems a good bargain to buy XRP while it's still a relatively low-risk option, with the potential for a big return on investment. XRP predictive potential has been reported by analysts in all shades, especially with the lawsuit of the Stock Exchange Commission on Ripple over the status of XRP as a security. It's awful to think about what depths XRP might fall to if this story holds and SEC wins the $1.2 billion lawsuit and XRP becomes the security. There is an eventual bright side to this development, actually, but it's not so encouraging for investors should XRP be delisted from exchanges. But that's merely a downside, as XRP is still as functional as ever, stabilizing itself at $0.35 mark, testing support at $0.3. Analysts are divided on whether it will rise on the uptrend or break the support level and fall to a new support level at $0.25, before beginning a gradual, steady rise back up to $0.5. It's not expected to stop there, but to aim for a year high of about $0.6, establishing two support levels with one at $0.5 and the other at $0.45. If it hits $0.45 on the second support line, it is assumed that the crypto's price trend will rise slowly but steadily to consolidate at around $0.6. It will rise from then on to the $1 mark or even higher up to $2. It is expected that $20 is not far off if the crypto world experiences the same level of surge all cryptocurrencies attained in that major boom year with Bitcoin hitting about $20,000 in 2017. Having bought so much into the XRP dip, some might be looking to offload some of it in the crypto market at a slightly higher price than they bought. In 2021, XRP is expected to attract some heavy investment from some institutional investors, whose announcement will lead to a major boost in the price of XRP. We, though, think it's best to play this long-term. That's the end of this video. If you enjoyed it, please don't forget to give us a thumbs up, subscribe, and click on that notification bell. What other cryptocurrency news would you like us to talk about? Let us know in the comments. And while you're here, check out one of our other great videos. See you next time.